guys, welcome to Ritik's channel. So recently, I've learned how to solve this. It's a Rubik's Cube. And if you don't know the algorithm to a Rubik's Cube, it's very hard. But when you do, it's easy. Rubik's Cube was made by a man called Erno Rubik. Before, he called it a magic cube. He got the idea of making a Rubik's Cube in an engineering class. He was trying to make a cube made of smaller cubes that can turn without breaking. And first he didn't think of it as a puzzle, but now millions of kids and grown-ups play with it. And there's also world championships for Rubik's Cubes, and the record is 4.22 seconds. That's super good for a Rubik's Cube. Because turning a Rubik's Cube takes time. But some speed cubers can turn 15 moves in 1 second. I can only do one move in 1 second. So now let's learn a little bit more about the Rubik's Cube. A Rubik's Cube has 6 centerpieces. These right here are centerpieces. And it has 8 corner pieces. These are corner pieces on the corners. And 12 edge pieces. The edge pieces are between corner pieces right there. So now let's learn cube notation. Okay, so before you can start learning how to solve the cube, you'll need to know cube notation. So U stands for up 90 degrees, and U prime stands for like U anti-clockwise 90 degrees. And same for D. D stands for down. If you see a D, that means down 90 degrees. And then D prime stands for down 90 degrees counterclockwise. And R stands for right 90 degrees clockwise. R prime stands for R 90 degrees counterclockwise. L prime stands for left counterclockwise. And L stands for left clockwise. Same for an F stands for front, B stands for back. Clockwise and counterclockwise are the same for the other parts. So, and if you see a 2 next to a letter, then turn it twice. Like U2 would be just like what I did. 1, 2. So, now you know cube notation. So now, let's see how to solve the cube. With this easy step, you can solve the cube with any different type of scramble. There's 43 quadrillion different types of scrambles. It works with any one of them. So the first step is to solve a daisy. So how to make the daisy is you have 1 yellow centerpiece and 4 white edge pieces, and it'll look like a daisy. So at the beginning, it might be very tempting to just start turning pieces in hopes of getting a daisy, but here are 2 tips. Firstly, try to think about what's going to happen if you turn it. Like for here, think about what turns you need to get this up here. So all you need to do is turn this 90 degrees up, and then it works. So, and same for this. All you need to do is 90 degrees up. And some of them, it's not easy. Like this one, you'll have to turn this 90 degrees this way, then 90 degrees that way, and then 90 degrees this. And there you go. And as a beginner, you might take a few minutes, but soon it'll become natural. So like here, all you have to do is turn twice, and you have a yellow daisy. Don't worry if you have any edge pieces. Don't just forget about that. Only focus on these 4 pieces. Okay, next step is to make the white cross. So, first, look at one of your petals. What's the other color of the edge? This one, it's red. So you match the red part to the red center, and so it's aligned, and then turn it 180 degrees. And it matches up to the white center. And do the same for the other ones. This green's already matched up to the green center. Turn it 180 degrees. So you have this blue edge piece, match it to the blue center, turn it 180 degrees. Lastly, orange edge piece, turn it to the orange center, turn it 180 degrees, and then you'll have your white cross. And again, don't worry about the white edge piece. So the next step is to solve the bottom layer. So before we start solving the bottom layer, we'll need to learn the left and right triggers. So the left trigger is L prime, U prime, L. And the right trigger is R, U, R prime. So remember that. So firstly, take a white piece in the top layer. So I'll take this one. Look at the color on the other side. So for this one it's red. Match it up with its correct color corresponding center. And if it's on the left side, do the left trigger, and if it's on the right side, do the right trigger. So for me, it's on the right side, so I'll do R, U, R prime. Now let's take this one. The other side's orange. So we'll match it up with the orange center, and this time do the left trigger. L, U, L prime, U prime, then L. So if you see one on the bottom, then look at the other side and then do the left or right trigger depending on where it is. Like that. And then it's out, put it on its matching center, and then do the trigger you need to get it in the bottom. And lastly, take this one, it's blue, match it up, and do the trigger that you'll need to solve the white side, and then your bottom layer will be complete. So now let's solve the middle layer. In my opinion, the middle layer is the easiest. So this should be quick. So firstly, look at the top layer. Do you see any edge pieces with no yellow? So I have 3. You may have 2, 1, 4. So firstly, choose one of the edge pieces. I'll choose this one. Look at the color that's on the, see the color? For me it's blue. Look at the color that's not on the top face. And then blue, so if it's blue, match it with the blue center so there's a T, upside down T. So then this needs to go here. So since the top part's orange and orange is on its left, turn this away from the orange. Then, since you'll need to put it here, and it's on the left, do the left trigger, and then do the right trigger to put it back in place, and then the orange and blue's edge should be where you want it to be. Now for the red and blue, for the red and blue, we have the upside down T. The blue needs to go here. So let's put it away from that face, left trigger, and then the right trigger. And for the red and green, turn this away, do the left trigger, and then do the right trigger. So, and if it's and then say for example, you see on the top. Oh wait, yeah. So top. Now green is right there. Turn it away. Do the left trigger and do the right trigger. And then do the right trigger. Now we have to solve the yellow cross. So there's going to look like there's a plus sign on the top. So look at the top. If there's like a line, make sure it's horizontal. But if there's an L, like a mini L, make sure the L is on your upper left-hand corner of the cube. So after you got that, then let's learn a new algorithm. It's called FURF. So the cube notation is F-U-R, U prime, R prime, F prime. So let me show you how that looks. F-U-R, U prime, R prime, F prime. And then if you have an L, you can put it on the upper left-hand corner and perform FURF again. F-U-R, U prime, R prime, F prime. And then you might have to perform for F one more time, but once you do, you'll have a yellow cross. The next step is to solve the yellow fish, which is basically a cross, but then one side here. So as you may have seen in the last step, I got a fish, but to show you, and you might automatically get the fish as you're solving the cross. But if you don't, that's what I'm going to show you right now. So first put 2 yellows on your left hand and perform the algorithm R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. You might have to perform this 2 or 3 times. Once you do, you'll get a fish that looks like this. And make sure, so now to solve the yellow side, make sure the fish's mouth is on your down left corner. Then now let's learn a new algorithm again. It's called R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. So that's how you do the algorithm. And you might need to perform it 2 or 3 times, but once you do it, and you have solved the yellow side. Now the next step is to position the corners. Search the top layer. Do you have any matching 2 corners? Like I have these 2 matching corners. It's green. Put it on the left hand. And now let's learn another new algorithm. It's a very long one. L prime, U, R, U prime, L, U, R prime, R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. The entire second half of this algorithm is the same as the algorithm we learned last time. So you might need to perform this again, but once you do, you'll have positioned all the corners. On to the last step. The goal of this step is to solve the cube. So search your Rubik's Cube. Do you have any solved face which is not yellow or white? So I have green. So if you don't have any solved side, you'll need to do this algorithm 1 extra time. So the new algorithm is F2 U R prime L F2 R L prime U F2. Okay, and after this, you'll have a solved side now. And then turn the solved side away from you and then perform the algorithm again. F2 U R prime L F2 R L prime, then U, then F2. You might have to perform this 1 or 2 more times, but once you do, your Rubik's Cube will be solved. Okay, so now I'm just going to be showing you, once you're experienced, how you can solve the Rubik's Cube very quick. So here's a demo of how fast I can solve the Rubik's Cube. 3, 2, 1, start! And if you want to try to solve it fast, a tip is to feel relaxed. Try not to focus on the pressure. Okay, I've done the first layer. So now the pressure. I think I'm done this. Yes, I'm done with the second layer. Okay. R, U prime, R prime, F prime. F2, R, U prime, R prime, F prime. Okay, cross. Nextly, once you learn to solve the Rubik's Cube, I'm going to show you two different patterns, the checkerboard and the dots. Firstly, here's the checkerboard. It's very easy. So firstly, choose one face. Now turn the left side and right side both 180 degrees. And then turn the top and bottom face 180 degrees. Now, turn to the side next to it, and then turn those left and right sides 180 degrees. Once you do, you'll have a checkerboard pattern. Now, for the bonus trivia time. So here is the trivia. First question. Who created the Rubik's Cube? Erno Rubik or Berlin Rubik? If you choose Erno Rubik, you're correct. Secondly, what was the Rubik's Cube first called? Magic Cube or Turning Cube? If you chose Magic Cube, you're correct. Lastly, when you solve the cube, what does L stand for? If you chose left, correct. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the video. Bye.